This is the Day of Dialogue, an annual event at BHS dedicated to education about the LGBTQ+ community and allowing those in it to express themselves. To continue with these themes of self-expression, a new course at the high school called Integrated Wellness has been founded. It's meant to be an affinity space for those in the community where they can learn about wellness in a safe and comfortable environment.
Sure. So I'm so excited about next year's LGBTQ+ affinity wellness class. The real goal is that we've known for many years that queer students experience different mental health needs, different mental health challenges, also physical health challenges. So there's a lot of things that are involved in like taking care of yourself. So we found for many years that while we've tried to embed and incorporate sort of queer topics and queer needs into the standard wellness class, it doesn't always land. And frankly, the conversations that you can build in a queer affinity space are something that we're really excited to kind of build into the new class. I even want to hopefully get to sort of like, what does homophobia mean? Like, where does it come from? And then what are ways that queer people internalize and then reproduce that homophobia? And so by pulling queer people together in a space, I think we can really tackle some big issues that we couldn't do in a heterogeneous class. Yeah, I really hope and imagine that we're going to build a space where people can investigate things that they might be too nervous to investigate elsewise. So for example, look, drugs and alcohol are a thing that I know all students here go through, but what are the ways in which drugs and alcohol help with and are used almost as a crutch by the queer community? So I think by creating a space where we can not just say, you know, why is this good or why is this bad, but we can tie it to some of the queer specific causes and then talk about like, so then what are the effects on the queer community, and then what should I do about that as a person as I go and navigate that, you know, here in high school, but then also for the rest of my life. So it's funny because we've talked about like the wellness, like the 9th grade wellness class, for example, is kind of a survey class of many topics on how to keep yourself sort of like your body and mind well over your lifetime. And so from a topics perspective, we're gonna tackle a lot of the same topics. We're gonna talk about mental health. We're gonna talk about drugs and alcohol. I think one of the things we're really gonna do is really talk about like how wellness is uniquely challenging. So for example, when you go and it's time to find a doctor, like you need to find a PCP, you wanna find someone who understands like queer relationships. We want to be able to kind of talk about how do you navigate a healthcare system that is built for cisgender people, or even like seek out wellness and healthcare providers that are specifically good at working with queer populations. So you don't have to like constantly be fighting against sort of heteronormative expectations.
Do you see any hate crimes that like we might discuss in this wellness class?
I don't know if it will necessarily be a space for activism. I think we have a lot of other awesome clubs for that. If things come up, it's a perfect space to be able to discuss it. I don't know that we're gonna specifically take on hate crimes as a topic or a unit. We're gonna try to stick to like health and wellness topics.
When you try to like debrief some of these subjects in a normal wellness class, there's like always just people like,
or even in a normal advisory class. Last year we had a lot of really tough things happen here at the high school, and the number one place that we have in our school kind of structure to debrief that is advisory. I've been here through so many different advisory models. I think everybody's always trying to make exactly what you're saying, which is like a place where people can like share with each other and be vulnerable, and it has never been that for me. But I think in many classes, you do build that kind of community. I definitely think that part of really understanding how to take care of ourselves as queer people and how to like talk about really hard things like mental health or like internalized homophobia, we have to build a super kind of like a space where people are in community with each other and can push each other and can push themselves to kind of be uncomfortable and also to support each other when hard things happen. So yeah, I hope that's the kind of space we build.
I'm tired and broken, but I was still hoping that I'd finally catch my break. I found Jesus not really what they say